Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Resume Gaming. My name is Marcus, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a brand new series on the channel. It's a mobile game called Clash Royale. If you haven't heard of it, I'll do my best to explain it kind of as I go through things. But basically, if you have heard of it, they launched a whole new kind of tournament feature thing. And it really sparked a good idea for me to start up a channel or start up a series on the channel about this series. So, if you are new to the Clash Royale scene, there's a whole bunch of different arenas that you start in. You start it in training camp, obviously, and then as you win games, you get these things called trophies. And these trophies kind of add up, and as you get higher trophies, you'll enter new arenas and have the capabilities to unlock new cards and things like that. So that's basically the premise of the game. I'm going to jump in and show you a couple of replays here of some closer games. So this was in the tournament game that I played in just a few hours ago. This tournament I didn't do so well in. Usually I get third or better in most tournaments. So I have a legendary card called the Princess. I'm going to drop her off in the back. She shoots long range arrows, while his counter to that was an Infernal Tower. So the Infernal Tower, as you get close to it, you'll see my minions that go toward the Infernal Tower. It targets one of them and it slowly kills it until it does a lot of damage and just eventually just kills it all. Typically, it's better for what I would consider tankier troops, like right here I'm about to deploy a Royal Giant. That would be considered a tank troop. Behind the Royal Giant, I had the Fire Spirits. The Fire Spirits jump up and splash any kind of things that he's going to put down to kind of defend my Royal Giant. He's got two cards coming at me right here. One is the Sparky. That's the one on the left. So the Sparky is a tank energy gun kind of thing. He charges up a really powerful laser, and if you let it get to your tower, it can really do some damage. He's got a wizard coming at me too, which does high amounts of splash damage, as well as his own Royal Giant. So I'm really just kind of dropping things to try to counter what he's got coming at me. I don't really have a good counter push going on right here. He's going to take out basically everything I have. My Mini P.E.K.K.A is what I deployed right there that got a shot on his tower. It does a lot of damage. They call him a glass cannon. He's got a lot of damage output, but he doesn't have a lot of health, so you got to have something kind of guarding him or surrounding him in order to get to the tower. The idea of Clash Royale is to kind of get 3 towers down, or at least have more towers down than your enemy does, because that's how you win the game. He's got guards coming in at me right here, so they have a little shield on them. You got to get the shield off, or you can end up killing them. His Infernal Tower is just outside of range of my Royal Giant, so I'm going to sit there and I'm going to take out his Infernal Tower with my Royal Giant at a range. I used a Fireball on his Wizard to kind of get him down low on health, and then I zapped him off. He's got a Hog Rider coming in, which only attacks towers and defensive structures, so I put a cannon down to distract the Hog Rider. My Princess here is going to come up and take care of his little minions that he's got. I'll deploy a Royal Giant right there in the middle of his area so that I can get rid of his tower, or at least the best I can. He's going to deploy his own Royal Giant as in like a desperation to kind of just, take a tower and make this game somewhat close. My Mini P.E.K.K.A and my Princess are going to make quick work of him. He will get my tower, but I took his as well. So right now I have the Mini P.E.K.K.A and the Minion Horde coming in. He doesn't really have anything to take down my Mini P.E.K.K.A, but he does do a good job of distracting with the guards right there. My Mini P.E.K.K.A got pulled from a very long range. So he got another Hog Rider. I put a cannon down as soon as he put his Hog Rider down. That's why I did the little laughing emoji. He's got a Royal Giant here. The game is about to end here in 4 seconds, so there's really not much he can do. This game is all over. So I'm going to jump into another replay and kind of show you guys other cards. I'll be right back. Alright, so this is another tournament game. I'm facing a guy who I think is the first time I've faced him in the tournament. He's a level 9, I'm a level 9. I think we all have most of our cards maxed. I usually like to start my games with the Royal Giant up toward the front and a Princess or Fire Spirits in the back. He put down Barbarians to counter my Royal Giant, so what those do is they kind of surround my Royal Giant and they do high damage and pretty much take him out pretty quick. So that's why I usually like Fire Spirits, because they'll do a high amount of splash damage, and the Princess will also do splash damage when she shoots off her arrow. So right here I kind of just let him do his thing. I honestly shouldn't have let him have that many shots on the tower. So from here I knew I had to do a pretty good counter push. I was able to get 2 shots off with the Mini P.E.K.K.A, which does about half of his tower damage, which was pretty dang good. I almost mirrored what he did with his Barbarians and Skeletons with my own push. So right here, We're just kind of waiting. He doesn't have he does have an elixir pump. He has not put it down yet. I don't run the elixir pump, if you don't know what that is. An elixir collector, what it does is it kind of just generates elixir. It costs 5 elixir to put down and generates 7 elixir. So I use Princess to kind of counter his barbarians. He fireballed my Princess. I fireballed his barbs. So now our towers are pretty much at even health. I really don't know what's in the rest of his hand. I know he's got barbarians, skeletons, and zap. That's about all I know at this point, and a tombstone. He put his hog. I'm going to put in my cannon right here to distract him. The reason I put my cannon right there is because it's in range of both towers, and both towers can shoot the hog rider down right there. I've got a pretty sloppy push going on. I put minion horde and fire spirits down at the same time. He used 1 zap to take out that entire thing. That was a 7 elixir push on my end. He used 2 elixir to counter it, so he's at a big elixir advantage right now. I dropped my royal giant to kind of keep him on his toes. He puts a tombstone straight in the middle there. I really don't have much to counter, so I'm going to just zap his skeletons away. His barbarians are 1 shot from my fireball, so I'll throw that in there and get that taken care of. He's got a 10 elixir push coming in right here. I dropped my princess to take care of the minions and a cannon to try to distract the hog. I don't know why the hog didn't go for the cannon. That's interesting. As I rewatch this, I put the minion horde to kind of clean up his hog rider so he doesn't get too many shots on here. I put a mini P.E.K.K.A down to see if I can take out his tower. He's going to fireball my minion horde. He's going to drop a tombstone, which spawns 4 skeletons, 4 little tiny skeletons that die in 1 hit to anything once it dies. My mini P.E.K.K.A does get one hit out on the tower. I fireball the tower down. He did a pig push, so if you're not sure what that is, his hog rider was on the very, very, very left corner of the map, and he put barbarians in there to squeeze the hog rider. My cannon still pulled them somehow, but typically the pig push is designed so it doesn't get pulled by the cannon. So pretty nice play on his part, but also very good cannon placement on my part. He dropped barbarians to counter my royal giant. I dropped a minion horde to counter his barbarians. He dropped a minion horde to counter my mini P.E.K.K.A. So we are actually in overtime right now. So because it's in tournament rules, it's 3 minutes overtime. I am slightly ahead. I feel like I have the advantage here. I'm going to drop a cannon to distract the hog rider. Minion horde to clean up the hog rider from the cannon because he's got the zap spell. If he would have zapped, he would have definitely gotten a shot off on my tower. The minion horde is going to clean up the tombstone. Now, this is really nice because that's his only defensive structure is the tombstone. So I'm going to play my royal giant. Now, this was interesting. He dropped another tombstone. So he's got a mirror card in his hand. What the mirror card does is it pretty much takes whatever card you just used, makes it cost 1 more elixir, but lets you place it down again. So his tombstone ended up getting down twice, stopping my royal giant push, which was very good on his part. He caught me off guard right here with the hog minion horde push. I dropped my mini P.E.K.K.A and my cannon to counter that. He's got another tombstone that I believe he's going to place right up here. He's just waiting for my royal giant to see what he does. Now, he's going hardcore defense right now. He knows he can't win this game. So he's just dropping a whole bunch of tombstones to try and distract my royal giant to hit that instead. Royal giant is a target that, or a card that only attacks either defensive buildings or the tower. So much like the giant, much like the hog rider. He dropped a 3rd tombstone, a 4th tombstone. This is crazy. I'm going to drop another royal giant in my side of the map. I'm going to use my princess to try and take out the barbarians. 1 more fireball away, or 1 more royal giant hit, or even a zap would kill his tower. There we go. I killed his tower. I win the game. 2 crowns, 2-1. I'm going to show you guys 1 more replay, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, here is the 3rd and final tournament game that I'm going to show you guys today. So, this guy has an interesting composition. He's got a strategy much like mine, and that's get to the tower, only to the tower. Don't like mess around with other troops and things like that. I'm going to drop a princess off in the back to start things off, as well as my royal giant to attack his tower directly. He's going to drop off a mini P.E.K.K.A as his kind of counter to my royal giant. My princess is going to sit there getting away chip damage with the mini P.E.K.K.A. I put the cannon down to distract the mini P.E.K.K.A, which it didn't distract the mini P.E.K.K.A. Maybe I might have put it back 1 tile too far. But my mini P.E.K.K.A to come up here and destroy his giant. So there's a giant and the royal giant. The royal giant has a gun, and he basically attacks from far range. The giant doesn't have a gun. He's got a little bit more health, and he does a little bit more damage when he punches. My mini P.E.K.K.A is going to get to that tower all the way over there and get 2 shots off. He's going to drop a witch, which she spawns skeletons as well as does pretty high damage from afar. If you put down like a minion horde, she'll two-shot it. My princess was there to counter her. With that, I'm going to drop another Royal Giant off right here at the bridge. Try to get a couple more shots off on the tower. My deck is really based around kind of just getting chip damage in here and there. It's not designed to get one tower pushes, although I have done that before. The minion horde goes down to my fireball, which he used to counter my Royal Giant. Now, he's in an interesting spot. He hasn't really hit my tower, so he's got to do something. He's going to drop a balloon Royal Giant. So the balloon also only attacks the tower. My minion horde is going to try to take out the balloon. It succeeds, but the giant is going to sit there just dwindling my tower down. So as you can see, it does about 200 damage each hit, or a little bit more than that. So I drop my mini P.E.K.K.A. down there to clean him up, and I'm going to drop fire spirits behind the mini P.E.K.K.A. or in front of it rather, to kind of protect my mini P.E.K.K.A. from the arrows that the tower is going to shoot at me. He's going to drop his own mini P.E.K.K.A. We're going to trade. So at this point, I'm just kind of waiting. And once you hit 60 seconds, it's double elixir. So you generate elixir twice as fast. If you don't know what the elixir is, it's down at the bottom underneath my cards there, and above on the very top of the screen for his. My Royal Giant's going to sit there and attack his tower a little bit. He's going to drop a witch. I'm going to drop a minion horde on his side of the field to kind of throw him off guard. He wasn't ready for that. He dropped a fire spirit to kind of take away my minion horde. So I have a witch on the left that I have to deal with. That is going to be one shot from my tower. And I have the balloon giant push that's coming in here. I believe he's going to get my tower here with this balloon, yeah. So it's 1 crown to 1 crown. His other tower is down to 381 health, so I know it's going to go down right here. So I drop my Royal Giant. It takes down the tower. I have a small little push going to his king tower. His mini P.E.K.K.A. and giant are dwindling around my towers right now. He's got fire spirits. That's not going to do much against my mini P.E.K.K.A. His minion horde is going to take on my mini P.E.K.K.A., but it's too late. The game is over. So there you go, guys. Those are the tournament games that I played earlier today. If you guys like Clash Royale or you want to see more of this, just let me know. I'm not a pro player, as they would call it. I'm still learning at the game, and I'm still climbing. I'm at 2,800 trophies, 2,879. 3,000 is considered the top tier of the game, and then further, completely free to play account. Haven't spent gems on anything here in the game. So if you guys liked the video, just let me know. Leave a rating on it if you would, and subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. That's when we resume gaming. Peace out, guys.